What up, YouTube? Face Famous here. It's LaCane. My Face Famous sponsor in the building. We here. We got the classic. We got the legendary Pac. We going at it with Bomb first, second reply. So I didn't start up with Hit 'Em Up. I'm going with this one. I'm really feeling this album right here. Makaveli, especially when he died, no one suspected this to come out. And he probably already had it in the works before he died anyway. But we're going to get into this Pac. We're going to go ahead and listen to Bomb first. We're going to get into it. Let's go ahead and hit him up. All right, let's go.
In today's music news, the ever-controversial Tupac Shakur has just released another album under the alias.
Now, first I'm going to say, I don't even know if this was a real report. I think this is something more like a skit that you probably just did for this Makaveli album. So we're just going to let it ride out before it gets to the song.
Makaveli. Music insiders are running wild trying to rearrange other artists' street dates in fear of a wipeout in retail interchart movement. Although no one knows the exact cause.
People say Pac is dead. People say Pac is alive. I'll let y'all.
Cause of the new album, resources tell me a number of less fortunate rappers have joined together in conspiracy to assassinate the character of not only Mr. Shakur, but of Death Row Records as well.
Pac also was with the group Digital Underground. For those who don't know, Digital Underground was the group that came out with the Humpty Hump dance. Pac was a roadie. He was the one carrying the bags and all that other stuff like that. Until they let him get his shine.
Furious at Makaveli's verbal assault on Mob Sleep, Notorious P.I.G., and several other New York rappers. Jay-Z.
Now, for a lot of those who don't know, Makaveli was way back when. Makaveli was a strategist. That's why Tupac adopted that moniker. And also, Makaveli was also known as faking his death back then as well. So, here's your serve to your Googles. You'll find out who Makaveli is.
Z from Hawaiian Soapy fame, Big Little whatever.
Now, the reason why he didn't like Jay-Z, a lot of people was like, well, what the hell Jay-Z did to him? Jay-Z and Biggie had a song together. Biggie made a reference to Tupac when it came to Faith Evans, who had two babies that be called two Pacs. Get it? Tupac. That's how he said it. Tupac looked at it as a way of, oh, okay, if you letting Biggie in your album talk about me, then now you're an enemy myself.
And several other corny sounding motherfuckers are understandably shaken up by this release. The question everybody wants to know is, why'd they get this nigga started? Tupac, rather Makaveli, was not available for comment but released this statement.
It's not about East or West. It's about niggas and bitches, power and money, riders and punks. Which side are you on? These niggas are still.
Now, pay attention now.
Bring it. Allow me to introduce Makaveli is gone. Lyrics like the Holy Quran. Niggas get shook like 545. That's next to me when we ride. The survival. Money making plans, but through closing hands, rolling pockets. Let me introduce the topic, then we drop it.
So like you said, I introduced the topic, then I drop it. So he's already going to let you know, this is what it is. This is what I'm about to say. Here's the topic. I'm about to drop it on you now. This is about to be the song that y'all about to listen to.
Next to they breathe freedom, see me ride, located worldwide like the article feet. I take them tougher than me, all the niggas down and die for me. Nah,
The Outlaws is a group that he put together himself. So once he got away from Dre and all them, matter of fact, he called Dre a closet homo because Dre was in this group called the World Class Wrecking Crew way back in the day. Dr. Dre, actually the World Class Wrecking Crew, had rap beef with Rap-A-Lot Records, which I'll get into that in one of my future reactions. The Ghetto Boys, Gangsta Nip, and all them versus NWA, actually Dr. Dre, World Class Wrecking Crew.
niggas ducking from my guillotine stare. Right there, my every word, a fucking nightmare. Keep bring venom, no mercy when we all up in them, cut them down. To hell is where we send them.
So Pac is saying in this one already, look, my every word is a fucking nightmare. I'm coming after you. Everything I say is going to bother you. It's going to pierce your brain. It's going to freaking melt you. You're done. He's letting you know it's venom. No matter what comes out of my mouth, if you're an enemy to me, you're going down.
Let me see the sun rise and fall. It's for my dogs down the dive for your extreme venom. No matter never lead a block without my heater. Two big picks, I call them my bitch nigga heaters.
Now he's I call them mob bitch nigga heaters. Now he's talking about Mobb Deep. He had an issue with Mobb Deep, especially Prodigy. Prodigy, rest in peace, died from sickle cell. The thing about that is Pac did not care. He called it out. He straight told, I don't care if you got sickle cell. I'm gonna talk about it too. He mentioned it in a few of his songs. You got sickle cell, don't you? You got sickle cell? You got sickle cell? I mean, he just kept mentioning it and piercing it in him. He went after all that. Mobb Deep was also part of Nas's crew too. So you was affiliated with Nas, you was an enemy. You was affiliated with Biggie, you was an enemy. He called them all out. He did not give two cents about it.
And I don't whip until I'm gone. Thug life running through my veins, so I'm strong. Bye, 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 let's get high and ride. Oh, how we do these niggas for them not gon' cry. I'm a bad boy killer. Jay-Z got you. Looking out for Mobb Deep. Nigga, when I find you.
So at some point, Jay-Z stood up for Mobb Deep. He made some comments about it and all that. But here's a fun fact. When Tupac died, one of the outlaws ran into Jay-Z. Jay-Z walked into with open arms. Outlaws are still doing diss tracks about Jay-Z. That's the maturity of Jay-Z. I'm not going to shit on the dead man. It just ain't me. So he also donated $25,000 to the Tupac Shakur Foundation. And he also donated $25,000 to Biggie Smalls. So Biggie was his best friend. Pac and Biggie was best friends as well. So Jay-Z was kind of like a cat that got caught in the middle of all this stuff between them two. He's like, look, I'm cool with both y'all. In my opinion, Jay-Z kind of looked at it like, you know what, I got caught in the crossfire. So, okay, my bad. I let Biggie on my song and he made a diss towards you. That wasn't me. Pac's looking at it like, hey, you allowed it. But the maturity of Jay-Z is, I'm still going to donate to this charity. That threw the Outlaws off guard. They was like, well, shit, we can't hate on this man either because he matured, so I guess we'll drop it as well.
Motherfuckers don't deserve to breathe. How many niggas done to die for me?
Pac, I'm going to say was, to me, this was, besides second round KO, diss tracks wasn't as prominent as they are now. Now, we all know LL had his battles. Cannabis had a battle. Kool Moe Dee and LL, you know, they went back and forth together. Cannabis and LL, they went at it. You know, rappers kind of sneak diss, but, you know, it was kind of like a sport. It was a game. Pac meant what he said. He wanted dudes dead because he still say Biggie's the one that got him shot up at that recording studio. So, hey, Pac was like, I don't care. This is war.
Got nothing to lose. I got nowhere to go. I only got one home. See me stranded on death row without low.
So, like you said, I only got one home, but you see me stranded on death row. Meaning, hey, that's my crew. I'm with Death Row. I played the Allegiance of Death Row and Suge Knight. We bad boy killers. We don't care anybody affiliated with them, Puff Daddy and all that. Even Puff admitted this whole thing took him off guard. When Hit 'Em Up came out, Puff was like, we didn't know what the hell to say. We didn't know how to respond to it. We was like, Jesus Christ. Puff said he actually admired and liked the dang song too. So that's how hard it was. When you getting dissed so bad and the person wants you dead and they just stand like you still like, I actually kind of like it. But at the same time, like, damn, what the fuck we do? We ain't had nothing to do with it. According to Pac, yeah, you did.
It's Makaveli, be the general, and I'll be a soldier on a mission, sent to do what you'll never do with me, paparazzi. If you ain't in this rap game, put them on.
So even sicker than that one that made Paparazzi. Everybody know Paparazzi? Guess who did Pimp My Ride? You already know. Exhibit. King of New York, like you the motherfucking one. So they basically calling out Biggie. You ain't the king of New York, like you the motherfucking one. Could have been him or Jay-Z. One of them was saying they was king of New York. But notice I did not say whose name it was. But either way it goes, they're like saying, nah, none of y'all the king of New York. You ain't it. In a way, to me, I still think of the saying, you know, Pac's the king of New York. You know, like I said, he's from the East Coast. Pac lived in New York.
Play that shit on the sign, because yo, my man took 5. Now I'm the youngin' with the 9, ready to put it.
So like you said, now my man took 5. Now I'm the youngin' with the 9. So like you said, Pac took 5. Now look, I'm the young, I got the 9 now. I'm gonna come after y'all and put 5 in y'all. What you gonna do? He basically saying these 5 right here is gonna put y'all down. What are you gonna do? You ain't gonna survive these shots. Pac survived his, you ain't gonna survive yours.
Shoot first, look at they hair burst, bleeding. Don't wanna hear no shit that's seen in these. Reconsider for you.
Yeah, Pac was basically on this shit. He was on this bullshit. It dies, and we bomb first. Yeah, so that's Makaveli, bomb first, Tupac, Makaveli, whatever you want to say. He let him know. Now, how would I rank this? Here we go. Premeditated murder. Killer pins. Probation. Or parole. This song, I would not give premeditated murder. It was short. It was to the point. I'm going to give this killer pins. They wrote up some very sick verses on the beat. They put it out there, short, sweet, to the point, because they was like, hey, this is how we feel, this is what we're going to do, blah, blah. To me, this is killer pins. They came with the pen game on this. This ain't one of their best songs, one of their most aggressive and in-your-face type of songs. It ain't that slick stuff, you know. They was on the beat, they did it. The beat is great. Great beat selection. I love the beat. I love the tone of it. I love the tone of them together as a duo on this. So I would say this is killer pins. You guys could deliberate in the comments what you feel. Like I said, if you call this premeditated murder, solitary confinement, and league above zone, this song wouldn't do it. If you call it killer pins, that came with that pin game, and they took the beat exactly how it was and they went after it, I'm all for it. It damn sure ain't probation or parole. You know, parole, like I said, you just don't deserve being rapped. Probation, we gotta see more. We already know we ain't gotta see more about. It's killer pins to me. All right, if you guys like it, you feel it's great, you want to see more Pac, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. What other Tupac songs or any songs you want me to do? Like I said, old, new, underground, mainstream, it don't matter. I hit them all. The catalog is deep. This was case number RAP 4962 in the court of my law. You guys deliberate in the comments. Once again, this is LaCane. This Face Famous. We'll catch you on the next one.